told y'all that's my little sister. I guess y'all didn't believe that, huh? What up, everybody? I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. However she's doing, I'm doing. She.
All right, we'll do the scrum style so anyone can start.
Whose idea was it to do this together?
Little sis.
I hadn't seen her yet. I got to get her. She used to come and talk to me in my locker room when I come to New Orleans. She'd come in my locker room. So I hadn't seen her yet. So I'd like to see her before I have to go out there and see her pumping her fist in my face again.
Is the big sister advice done from this point forward?
Never. That's never done. I think this is important for us to do this together. You know, to show that you can compete and love one another. There's no difference. There's no difference from the time we played in the same uniform. We're doing what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives after playing the game, is being able to help someone else, give it to someone else. Just so happens she's in a different place. I'm in a different place. But we're still who we are. And there's no love lost at all. More love. More love. I respect what she's doing, what she's done, and what she will continue to do. There's a lot of respect here. A lot. It's my little sister sitting there.
So do you look at the aces and look at all that Becky's accomplished and think, I want to move towards that?
Hell yeah.
If you think she signed up for this job for anything less than a championship, you don't know her.
She's doing a hell of a job, you guys. Hell of a job. You're not just on this side. She's done a hell of a job on the other side. You know, and I could say a little bit more about that other side. But we're here now.
We don't.
We're here now.
I'm telling right now.
You absolutely can.
And what she's doing here now, you know, it's special. It's special. So I mentioned this the other day. As a matter of fact, it was yesterday. Measuring stick here. You look at her team and what they're doing and where they're going and how they play, how much fun they have. That's how we played. And it's beautiful to see. So, of course, measuring stick.
Coach Becky, what was it like to see Swim get into a coaching role in the WNBA, and how have you assessed what she's done so far with this team?
Well, I was excited for her, you know, to bring her back to the W. You know, she's somebody who's always been, I'd say, like a player's coach. Whether that's men, women, it didn't really matter. She's the ultimate teammate. So when she came back, I know what she gives and what she brings to the table. And so I was really excited for not only, you know, her players and stuff, but for the city of Chicago and the W. She's a contagious person. You know, her energy, her zest for life is contagious. And so to have that kind of energy, and also let's just the qualifications to come back. I mean, you know, both of us spent a significant time learning the other side of the game. And now to be able to bring that back and bring what we've learned back to the W and be able to give back to the league that really started us. Because neither of us are sitting here without this league in, you know, 1997, 98, 99 and on through. So kind of a full circle moment for us. She was my first vet. And so, you know, now to be sitting across from her, I know we've always been cheering from afar. You know, you had asked the question, is it somebody, I don't talk to her every day, but we pick up right where we left off. It's, I don't need to call her and be like, Spoon, are we still cool? Like, you still got me? I already know. So, you know, that's a very mature and seasoned relationship. So I'm super happy for her, and I cheer for her every time, except for tonight. She knows I'm going to try to take her head off, and she's going to try to take mine. That's how it rolls. And as it should be.
Yeah. How would you describe the energy that she had as a player? And is it basically the same thing that you see her as a coach? And how have you seen her energy translate?
It's contagious. That's why I said it's contagious. Her players play with that kind of energy, that kind of passion. You know, I was coaching for the Spurs when the Liberty had moved back, to White Plains, and I was just so upset because I was like, what a travesty. Like, to go from where, you know, selling out Madison Square Garden to now being moved into this, I don't even know where they were playing. I was just, it's like, I was so mad about it. It's like, but now, you know, obviously new ownership, and I think the ownership group there in Brooklyn is great. There's an excitement about the city, and at the end of the day, I think both me and Spoon do know that, like, it does well for the league when New York does well. It just does. When LA does well, when these big cities do well, where there's a lot of media, it's good for our league. And so at the end of the day, yeah, you want to win every game, but it's like as a group and as a W, like, we're cheering that everybody does great.
How does Chelsea change your team? I mean, she's been back 2 games, so just for us, amateurs. How did she change your team?
Well, I mean, you're playing with a true point guard coming from, I probably wasn't a true point. She was a true point guard. It's different playing with a true point guard, and stealing one game in game 4 without a point guard is different than a season. It's not the same. So, she changes everything. She's not only the brains of the business, but the heart. She has a calming effect. She's somebody who, like this one, finds a lot of joy when other people have success. And that's a really special thing because that also is contagious. You get those kind of attitudes and feelings of unselfishness and truly like happy for your teammate. You bottle that up wherever you can go. Use it in the game, use it in life, because when you got people that cheer for you hard, you want to keep those people around.
With how difficult of a job it can be to be a rookie, can you just talk about the impacts of Kate and Angel and the way they've been able to get into the league?
I'll speak a little bit about Angel. It's a level of confidence that she carries. She carries a great deal of confidence in herself, what she brings to this league, and she actually likes to chatter. She likes the challenge. She enjoys it. It fuels her. So she's really coming along in the right way, taking her time, getting it done. But she's experienced a lot of great post players thus far and learning how to get it done. But what I like the most about it is after every game, she gets something from those post people. After the game, they go and they talk to her to give her something to help her to grow in this league. That's just what we need as a league, is to help this thing to grow. And the post people are helping her to grow.
So do you have a favorite story between you and Becky as teammates that you are willing to share?
And I tell you what, when I tell you we wanted to see if this one owned a towel to throw in, because we don't own towels to throw in, and she knows that. Never did she give in. Never did she stay down. Every time she hit the floor, she got up. When she tells the story, what we did is true. Now, if it was happening nowadays, it wouldn't be good, but
They would be called hazing. Back then it was just called, let's see if you're tough.
she got up every single time. And we knew we have to have her. And I can tell you this, she shoot the heck out the ball. Everybody knows that, right? And I won't name this player, but she had her hands down. We kept telling you, better get your hands up, because she's pretty deep. Becky pulled it. Bah! Told you, get your hands up. This one here, her story, I talk about this all the time. Her story is so important for another player to see and to hear of how she got here, how hard it was, the work she put in. It means something. Everybody wants to talk about those that were drafted. Talk about those who worked to get in. Talk about the work that they put in to get here. It's the stories behind players. You got small players who look at Becky and say, man, how did you do it? And to hear her story, they feel like I can do it. It's the I can do it because you did it. And to share that the way that she did, and then to carry and take a look at her resume. It's pretty dang strong. It's pretty dang powerful, because she believed in herself. Dang everybody else. It's believing in herself. And every day, I'm telling you guys, she proved to us that she belonged. And that was the most important thing. That's why she is today. It's a belief factor in self.
For both of you, you sort of talk back to the next man you're both on the board. Did you ever assume or even think that you'd be in a position like this where you're both coaching where the league is where it's at?
I never crossed my mind.
No, never.
Never crossed my mind. Coming into New York, I was, fresh out of Fort Collins, but before that, South Dakota. So, New York City was, I'll say, an adjustment for me. But as badly as they beat me for 2 weeks, once I was in. Then nobody would nobody would mess with me, because if they did, they were dealing with her and Vicky Johnson, and you didn't want those two like upset with you. I'll tell you that. But they were. I think we were so young, like to be. It was so fun, first of all. But one attitude that I know Spoon and Kim Hampton and Sue Wicks really brought specifically was this I'll just say like a thankful attitude, like this attitude of gratitude. Like you could tell they just love this moment so much because they never had it. They've been overseas playing in front of foreigners and people that they didn't speak the language, although I think you did do some Italian. But you know, and I just think whether that's at the beginning of the league or in year 25, 27, man, be thankful for the opportunities given. Because now, not that we're going to sit at the table and play nice all the time, but like, be thankful for these opportunities because there's a lot of women that fought really, really hard to have these moments. And it's just awesome to see where the game has gone. You know, I know you had asked that, or he's gone, but a Kate story, but you know, she's got Angel and Caitlin. And when people were tuning in for those matchups, they also got to see my girl, Kate Martin. So, look, at the end of the day, they're really super skilled. They're fun to watch and they jaw at each other. You know, people be like, oh, Angel's talking. I'm like, nobody talks more crap than Caitlin too. Caitlin be in there talking like that's just what they did. I saw her and Melissa get into it the other day. Like, it's just, it's a different generation because they're not, I think we talk subtly. They be talking in your face, which is fine. Like, my thing is like, let them go. They're big girls.
What does that say about the growth of not only the WNBA, but women's athletics where like you're not holding back, like you're not shy about this level of competition. You are jawing in each other's face like unabashedly. It's like there's no holding back.
Why hold back? Why hold back? I mean, I'll be honest, I jawed too. I jawed too. And like she said, if you went after one of my teammates, you definitely gonna have to come through me. And I'm jawing. Because we want to win. We want to win. Now we didn't start it, but if you started, we're gonna finish it. We're gonna finish it. But why not? What are you holding back for? There's no tomorrow. You're not out there to harm anyone. You're out there to go get a win. However the heck I gotta go get a win, I'm going to get it.
You know, there's what she said, because we are you in readers yet, by the way?
Don't worry about it. Yeah. I didn't want to tell anybody, but
It's like you're cheerleaders. I
you
can't
ain't-
see nothing. No,
Dang, man. You tell everything.
no, I remember, you know, I have a lot of spoon stories, but I can remember growing up when I got to New York, and I can just remember thinking, man, I hope I'm that comfortable in my skin when I get older. You know, as a young player, she, in a generation that did want you to sit back and be quiet, her generation pushed and they did not sit back and be quiet. And that's why this generation now has voices that they never had. But it's because of that. And, you know, I grew up in very conservative like area, and women, you know, girls, is just like, if you just didn't like it, you just had to sit there and shut up and kind of choke it down. Like, you didn't really speak up. And when I got to New York and I saw how she lived, that was very inspiring to me. I don't know if I ever told you that.
Killing me right now.
Wondering, since you're both Olympians and I'm writing about your Olympic players, what does it say about the aces that you have 4, maybe 5 Olympians on the team?
Tells you you can put any coach in there and they'll do a good job. That's what it tells you.
Ooh. That's all I can say about that is ooh.
No. They've worked really hard. So I'm just really super proud of them. You know, for Jackie and Plum especially, you know, who I've had to work not that the other two don't work, believe me, they do. But for them to have their first time, is really special. And those two specifically, you know, is really special that they got a 3-on-3 gold, they could get a 5-on-5 gold. And I don't know if there's a triple crown, but if we were to win a championship, they get the triple crown on that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You know, I know she has something to say about that tonight, but that's what I'm excited for. It's just the opportunity for them because of the, you know, it's an opportunity only a few get. And so you better take it by the horns. And I mean, there's nothing like the Olympics. There really isn't.
Has it hit either of y'all last one that you guys are gonna be matching up on opposite sidelines and coaching against you? Like, has that hit you guys?
It's doing it to me right now. It's doing it to me right now. Just looking at her, and I look back at her and I can see these bangs hanging right now.
Built-in water.
just
Water
to
just
see
roll
her,
right on.
just a little baby girl at the time.
Do you remember all the nicknames you gave me? They had so many nicknames for me.
Well, I still hold one.
What?
Hem hop.
Yeah.
I got a hem hop. I can come through the hallway. She know who it is. That's it. But it's so I'm so proud of her. This could become incredibly emotional for us. That's what I said.
All right, we'll go to Zoom real fast.
Oh, Nakai's got some crazy number.
Yep, Nakai, go right ahead.
Hey, everyone. If I can ask a question to each coach, that's fine. Becky, for you, you've got 2 games under your belt with Chelsea Gray this season. You've now had a little bit of a break heading into this one. How close are we to seeing Chelsea back at the start lineup?
Like an hour and a half.
Dang, man.
Like an hour and a half. 2 hours, whatever we are.
And for Coach Weatherspoon, it seems like you got a lot of usage out of Angel Reese as a hub, being able to set up some of the high-low stuff, but also some of the delay action. How do you kind of balance establishing some structure with her, but also giving her the freedom to make it fly?
No, I just allow her to be her. I don't try to box any of the athletes. I just allow them to be who they are, but doing it in how we want to do it as a Chicago Sky.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, coaches.
Thanks,
You guys can write this. You guys can write this. That I love her.
I love her too.
Yeah.
I don't need a headline as far as, yeah.
Man,
Not but love, man.
almost